Hey everyone, Nick from ResoNix Sound Solutions here with another competitor spotlight from the 2024 World Finals in Birmingham, Alabama. I know it is August of 2025 and I am about 10 months late, but it is what it is. I was distracted handling a lot of stuff with the business that you will see in 1 second. A lot of exciting news for you, so please don't skip this intro part. It's a lot of good news for you. It's not just news that I want to tell you. It's going to benefit you, the customers. But yeah, before we get into that stuff, I got distracted, never got to finish these videos that I had from finals. I have about 6 or 7 left. This first one I'm going to do is on my good friend Brian Mitchell and his new vehicle, which is his Chevy Volt. And this is arguably the craziest install that I will ever get to document. Not even going to go into detail why. You will see why. You'll see that this video is about 1 hour and 8 minutes long, and the entire hour plus that it is jam-packed full of crazy information about how one of the world's best installers converted this vehicle into arguably a remote control living room on wheels. I know that sounds crazy, but if you're not familiar with what this car is, watch it and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So Brian, thank you for finishing it the day that you left for finals, and thank you for taking this time out of your weekend to give me the whole walkthrough. I'm sorry I didn't get this video up sooner. Life just got in the way. We're here now. It is what it is. On to the really cool information for you customers, and the exciting news that I want to share is we are doing a new website. We're launching a new website. Hopefully it will be out August 18th. And when we do launch it, we're going to do the biggest sale that ResoNix has seen in a very, very long time. Site-wide is, for the most part, going to be 15% off everything, minus a few select items. There's some items that might not be on sale at all. And then there's some items that, are going to be 5 or 10%. But for the most part, our biggest name products are going to be 15% off. This sale is going to last about 2 weeks or so. I don't have like a set limit on it, but I'm going to ask you this: spread the word. And, the reason I'm doing this big sale is I just want to get as many people to this new site as possible. Really excited for it. There's a lot of really good information. The independent testing page got a whole revamp to it. Everything got a revamp to it, but we have more information than we did before. You can actually see it here and how it actually functions. This is one of the graphs or one of the charts. Really smooth functioning, really fast loading time, unlike the last website, which was a complete hack job, unfortunately. The reference information page, also really good end result that we can see here. I'm really excited for how it all came out. At the end of the day, I'm really excited for it. The site should function so much better from a user experience standpoint. And again, for you guys, what you should be excited for is the giant sale that we are going to be doing. I am trying to clear out as much inventory as possible, because the other good news is ResoNix is getting our own warehouse in a few weeks also. So new website, we want to do a sale for that. We want to drive traffic to it. We also want to clear out inventory as opposed to just moving it to a new warehouse. We just want to bring in new inventory into the new warehouse. So by all means, get it while it's hot. We are probably never going to do a sale with this much of a discount ever again. I mean, I can't see, unless something major happens, like a whole new website and a whole new warehouse, I can't picture a discount this big ever again. Frankly, we just do not have the margins that a lot of these other brands have, where we can afford to do 20, 25, 30% off. That, frankly, we'd be losing money at that point. So yeah, that's enough of this. Let's get into Brian Mitchell's Chevy Volt and his absolutely ridiculous install. Again, thank you, Brian. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, Nick from ResoNix Sound Solutions here at 2024 Finals in Birmingham, Alabama. For this competitor spotlight, we have a pretty interesting one. It's definitely going to be different from the rest, and we'll get into it. Who are you and what do you have here?
Man, what do I say? I mean...
Yeah, you don't have a weird costume on this year.
Weird costume? What am I going to do? I'm Brian Mitchell. We're going to be showing my new car, if you want to call it that. The new Chevy Volt. A lot of people have seen it, talked about it a little bit. and everybody's kind of waiting to see what it was. And I think everybody will be surprised. I think you're kind of surprised.
I'm a little surprised. I mean, I just took a quick look at it just so I knew what I was getting into, and I was a little surprised. You know, I was surprised at how basic and simple it really is.
No, exactly. No, that is 100% true. Is that basic and simple is kind of the theme of it. That the more you look at it, the less basic and simple.
So before we actually get into it, I actually want to say the last video I did before coming here was Brian Gill's, and his is probably the one that's most similar to this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, we're gonna have so much to talk about. And then I was like, wait a second. It really is crazy in a way that's as simple as possible.
Simple, yeah.
I was like, wait, what do we even talk about? So anyways, I'm sure we have plenty to talk about in here. So
this one's got much more to talk about probably than
no
you're
offense,
used
Brian.
To. Yeah. No offense, Mr. Gill. There's Brian Gill right there.
But actually, you know what? Maybe
He's
offense to
stalking
him.
me.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Hey, we're talking about you.
So let's start out here. We're going to start at it's kind of difficult to figure out where to start on this car because there's so many starting places. But let's start in the front. Okay, so as you can see, there's a hole in the hood.
Why is there a hole in your hood?
So when I was actually, so why there's really a hole in the hood? Let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay, what's the brass tack?
So I bought this hood, okay, because this car, when I bought it, was wrecked. I bought it for parts for another car.
Oh.
And
Is that why you didn't care about what you did with it?
Exactly. Well,
okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but yes.
All right.
I wasn't in it anything, and there was a thing that happened that made me go, what would I do if I didn't have to care about driving the car? So driving the car, a trailer queen, even though I trailer some of my cars, it's after I've driven them 100,000 miles, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, but if I didn't have to drive the car, how far could I go? And this is a exercise on how far and stupid you could go on something. So I had to buy all the front end. So it was smashed all the way up to here. Okay, just smashed, completely smashed. I bought this hood and I had it sitting next to my CNC machine, and I walked in one day and looked over the hood, and it decided it didn't like me and fell over.
Okay.
No, nothing around it. There was a ghost, there was something, fell over.
It's probably Chewy.
And the Chewy was not there.
You sure about that?
And dented the hood.
All right.
So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to buy another hood. So I sat in the corner for a while. And we're building on the car, and most of you know that my buddy Robert helps on a lot of the projects. He was very big help on this project. And we started building it and blah, blah, blah. Then we get to the time to put the subwoofer box in, and the subwoofer box, we bolted it in, and we're looking at it going, you can't really see the inside of the subwoofer box. It's up too high. So let's tilt it like that. And then I got to see the subwoofer box, which has mirror in the bottom, has all this cool stuff. It's plexiglass went through a little bit of roughness on the drive out here, but all this cool stuff. And I said, what would be really cool? Let's cut a hole in the hood because that's where the dent was.
So you're like, I don't have to buy a new hood, and we can show it off.
Yes.
Double win.
And so we decided to build the nice little trim ring around the plexiglass, which is a real basic little thing to do, cover it up.
Okay.
And then we have this. So by any means, if you're looking at underneath the hood, I went with a kind of a hot rod import car kind of look, finished off the fender wells and all of the stuff that goes along with that. And we have a wooden box that's outside of the bounds of the car, right?
So it's all wood on the outside?
It is not wood on the outside.
Oh.
It is fiberglassed 100% out on the outside of the box.
So it wouldn't hold moisture or anything like that? Okay.
It's 100% fiberglass, sanded, fiberglassed again, sanded, then body worked, rage gold, and then painted.
Okay.
And then, poly primer, some epoxy primer, just to make sure there's no way that the body work on this I'll put against any show car out there.
Okay.
Maybe not anywhere else, but on this box. and my buddy Brad at ARC came over, and I had worked on it for a long time, and he had worked in a auto parts store, or not auto parts store, but auto body place when he was younger. And he came over and he spent about 3 weeks working on this box.
Oh my God.
It is flawless.
Why did you do that to him?
Because I'm I get
Bad
off
friend.
on other people, yeah.
Hey, you want to help really quick?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 2-day job and turned into a 3-week job. In my defense, he wanted it to look perfect. I probably would have had it look less perfect, but he really wanted it to look perfect.
Yeah.
And he is a perfectionist, and it looks.
Is this
all
install an exercise in perfection, or is it more let's just get stupid with this? Or is it both?
Definitely not an exercise in perfection.
Okay.
Let me start with this. So
Because your last car, the Cadillac, absolutely is. For the most part.
Yeah, okay, I'll say it. That one was much more all the fine details, and this one will get to that point. I'm not there yet.
Okay.
As the car is getting finished, because there's some little stuff, little detail stuff, it will get to that point. Everything that I build, I get excessive about, so that will happen. It's just not there yet. And I want to.
Yeah. I also want to point out, you brought this out for the first time, what, a week and a half ago? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. And that was just to get, to support a friend's shop.
Yeah, it wasn't
Scott
even
Waltz's,
fully ready, right?
No door panels, no nothing. It was just a rough.
So you had the door panels not even finished 2 weeks ago.
I didn't even start them.
You didn't even start them?
2 weeks ago.
Jesus Christ, dude.
No, I was stressed about the door panels.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the door panels were my kryptonite.
Before we really get into details,
Yeah.
how long did you build? How long did it take you? Like, when did you start this?
I technically started it 4 years ago, 2019.
I remember the first time you posted the picture of what's going on inside, which we'll show in a bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is he doing? I was like, oh, he's just messing with people on the internet, being Brian.
Yeah.
And it turns out Brian was being Brian even further by actually doing it.
Yeah. So very few of the projects that I do, I don't talk about first. I always talk about them. I always show pictures while I'm building.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those, I'm going to hide it until it's done. No, I want everybody to see what I do.
Okay.
I showed all of the build pictures for this entire car and explained all of the things that went into it.
Yeah.
So
really, what is going on in here? Let's get on to like what the system is,
right?
And what your design is going on. It's really beautiful, by the way.
So the car kind of became a life of its own. It's its own entity.
Yeah.
So originally, when I was going to use the factory steering rack, and I didn't like that. It didn't work for what I was trying to do. Putting the subs up was an early thing to design cue that I wanted to do. So we cut everything from this piece of metal down and back to the back of the car entirely. Every single thing.
You're not talking just the firewall. You're talking the floor.
The entire floor.
It almost looked like just a steel rectangle.
It was all there was is the base of the side rails.
Yeah.
And the upper part of this. The doors were off. Everything was off. There was only a very minimal skeleton left.
Yeah. Pretty much the structural part of the car was existing, and then everything else was.
Well, not even the structural part, because there's lots of structure in the front that we rebuilt from scratch.
Oh wow.
So then we took steel beam and we extended this down. So we lowered the floor 8 inches. Now, this was an electric car that had a battery in the middle of it, a T-shaped battery, so the floor was kind of high. From the lowest part of the floor there, we dropped that down another 8 inches.
Oh my God.
So the thought in that was I wanted a flat platform to work on so I could build anything I wanted off of a basic flat platform.
Yeah.
Now, some people will say that that's cheating. I'm not really building a car. I say this is what cars are going to be in the future. So that was how I spun it to justify to myself.
Okay, why don't we add another little detail there? How does it drive? You think cars are going to be like that in the future?
Well, yes, technically yes. Yeah. So the robotaxi was just talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, there's no steering wheel and there's no brake pedals in that car.
Really?
No, there's none.
All right.
You just jump in the car and it drives you to wherever you're going to go.
So where I'm going with this, for those that don't know, this car is remote controlled.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and that was kind of always from the very beginning was the design cue that I wanted.
Okay.
Was I wanted something that was very inexpensive. I don't have the budget of going and buying a Tesla rear end and putting it in.
Okay.
I wanted something that was easy to work on, inexpensive. So.
And you had the fabrication skills to just chop and have at it.
Right. I mean, we're that's not one of the problems that I have, fabrication skills. So metal work, everything else from top to bottom. And then Robert has been great with, helping out with the welding.
Robert Boyd?
Robert Boyd.
Yeah.
Helping out with the welding, and me and him work really good together. He sits there and I'll see a shape and he'll do his best to help me create it.
Cool.
So in each hub, and I don't want to get away from this yet, but in each hub, the CV axle is actually mated to a Harbor Freight winch motor. Okay, now mating it, that's in its own thing. Makes it sound very simplistic. It is not.
Okay.
The Harbor Freight motor is got plenty of power, but taking that power and transferring it to a CV axle is very difficult. So we started out and we intentionally broke it to make sure we could figure out where the weak points were, and then we started working from there. So the original winch motor had a small shaft that went out, and we adapted that into an adapter that went inside the CV axle. Well, that sheared off in 2 feet.
Yeah.
No problem. So then we made a bigger shaft, and we sheared that off in 10 feet. And so then we made a gear that went on the motor that was 4 times as big. And we said, okay, we're great there. No problem. Didn't check it anymore. We know we're good.
You knew you were good?
No, we knew we were good.
Was it good?
Until we weren't good.
Oh.
And it sheared off in 15 feet.
Oh my God.
So at the last minute, I had to have another buddy, Owen Sharp at Sharper Performance, who scanned everything, and we had the basic design done, but he did it out of solid steel.
Oh.
Okay, so this is a large steel, conical shaped, with a gear mated to this winch motor.
Oh my God.
Okay, so that in itself is a feat of engineering. So that was great. So he got that done. He's also milled out some other parts for me because I was busy doing other things. Mm-hmm. Been very good. So now we have the motors in each one. The reason why I went with Harbor Freight winch motors is because there's a Harbor Freight in just about every town. So if I break a motor, I can just run over for
at first
$49.
I was like, this guy really built this and went with the cheapest one, but now it actually makes perfect sense. It's like, no, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
If it's not, you could have it overnighted easily.
Exactly.
For nothing.
And the price is right.
Yeah.
So that is the big thing for me was a design.
I was actually, while you were talking about it, in my head I was like wondering, what happens if one of those breaks?
Yeah.
But,
and they will. I mean, maybe not here, hopefully today, but at some point they will.
Yeah.
The motor is getting to be the weak point after all of the other stuff that we've done.
All right.
So we had that. So then steering, like I said, I didn't like the original steering box. Okay. So I bought a Mustang 2 steering rack. Manual steering rack, and normally it's angled up into the car so you can attach something to it and steer. I didn't want that, so I flipped it over. The steering rack goes down, and I cut that off, and I mated another motor to that. Okay, and that has an attachment point to the subframe that keeps everything straight.
Yeah.
So now you have 3 winch motors that do steering and travel.
Yeah.
So forward and reverse. The steering rack is very easy to break. So we have shear pins. So if you go over the steering angle for the wheels, it just shears off the shaft instead of breaking the steering mechanism. Again, because it's a lot harder to get a steering rack than it is to get pins. I buy pins 10 at a time, and if I had that problem. But that's the easiest way other than putting in stops or something else like that. The problem with that is that with that much current going through, it's hard to find a switch for that.
Yeah.
So that's the underpinnings for all of this. So then I had to build everything else on top of that.
Okay.
So serviceability is a very big deal for me. So everything has to be serviceable.
I think we remember from your last video.
Right. So in the front, in front of this, we started making the floor. The first panel was a service panel that went over the steering rack. Okay. So now you can unbolt the top pieces of the steering rack and change the bolts for the shear shaft or the motor
from inside the car
by popping out 4 screws.
That's it.
That's it. Done. Okay. You don't have to climb under the car. You can do that all 4 screws. Okay. So that started our piece.
Oh, Chewy and Leah. Oh, you're so cute. All right, back to
so then we made that, and we didn't just make some sheet metal. We did hot rod style with we didn't want it to rattle, so we did nice grooves in it. Okay. All the panels are stiff. The shape of all of them are important. So we did a speaker design in all of them, so they all have a design that looks like a speaker to help keep it from rattling. Little detail stuff that no one will ever see except for in pictures.
Yeah.
So then we wanted to put the subwoofer box up here. Again, this was from the very beginning. So we started out and we moved the firewall out 12 inches from its original
So
spot.
Is this like technically still a firewall?
The firewall was way up here.
No, but what you made.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
this is right here.
This is the attachment point.
Okay.
So this is actually 4 inches farther than where we started. So now we're 16 inches from the original spot of where the firewall was.
Oh my God.
We had to extend it because we wanted that shape, which you're seeing with the hole in the hood. We wanted that angle exactly right.
Oh yeah.
So this is bolted to the metal. Okay, so all of the metalwork, every single thing in the car is double walled. So we used 1x2 tubing for the floor, and we used 1x1 tubing for everything else, just to make our outer shape.
Okay.
Then a piece of steel was put down, and then it was sound dampened and foamed over both of those, and then another piece of metal was put down. So it's sandwiched with an air gap and I mean it's
solid.
Dead. Dead, completely dead.
So did you do all this metal work, or did Robert do it?
We both did.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, for a car audio guy, it's pretty damn clean.
Yeah. So both worked on the shape, both worked on the metal work. You can see some of the milling right here to help with the shape. Oh yeah. So it's gonna come through.
Okay.
But all the shapes flow now.
Yeah.
So it flows into here. And this is all helping with stability of the car, because most of the cars, the firewall and the big, huge piece of metal that goes across keeps the car from folding in on itself. Okay. Okay. So we didn't want the car to fold in on itself. That would be very bad for
sure about
demos.
That?
I mean, in California, I mean, it's a guess. But what we needed to do is we needed to put a new mount in there to make sure it didn't fold. So we took what we needed from the top of the dash that was left, which was this one piece of sheet metal, and we ran 1x2 steel in between that piece and then completely encased that. So now that piece is double walled, and there's a full a piece of steel so it can't fold in on itself. Okay. It moved out. So all of these pieces become structural now versus just being cosmetic.
Just being metal.
Just being metal, correct.
That's pretty neat.
So there's a flange on the inside, and obviously we don't want that flange to get in the way of the woofers. We only have so much width in between the walls. So 15s are limiting, when you put 2 15s in there. But we did have angle iron in the inside, and we had to cut that out for the woofers, around the woofers. Okay. But there's 32 bolts that bolt through this into the box that holds us all together. So we can pick up the car from the box.
Really?
Yes.
And have you tried that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, because there's another
What did you
judge
even do that with? Oh, there's another who?
There was another judge who did that himself, and I said, I want to see if I can do that.
Who was that?
So, Gord. Gord
I had
did
a feeling.
Beautiful box he did that with. So, but we wanted to see if we could do it. So we'll have a video of that at some point that shows us lifting up the
How'd you even do that? With like a forklift?
With a engine hoist.
Oh.
Yeah, because the car doesn't weigh near as much as it did before.
Yeah.
So we just lift up the front end off the ground.
All right.
So
tell me about the box and like the subs and like what is going on really here from an acoustic standpoint.
Yeah, so this is a stack fab box. That's how we get that cool design. Each stack has got a different design on it. There's technically only one stack, okay? Each piece is designed that when you lay it this way, it has the pattern one way, but if you flip it, that pattern is the opposite.
Okay.
So when you draw that out on CAD, it has to be drawn out that way. Otherwise, you would have to make two different patterns.
Yeah.
This, you only have to have one pattern. You could actually recreate it on a.
So it's just alternating. I see it's just waves or something, right? It's just alternating.
Alternating biscuits.
And where.
Yeah.
It looks great though.
Yeah, so that gives it a basket weave look. There are some acoustical benefits, minor, and there are some cosmetic benefits, which are the biggest reason why we do this.
It just looks cool.
Right. The acoustic benefits are that you have varying degrees of thickness of wood, which in some
changes
circles,
resonance properties.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll say there's some benefits there. I think it's very minimal, but
I would agree there are.
When you're doing stuff, some things, when the combination of very small things add up to something that could make a
when
difference.
you're playing at this level, we're gonna do it a little bit differently than what we would normally do.
So the actual baffle for the sub box is 3 layers. It took 9 sheets of wood to make that many stacks.
Oof.
We added in the plexi mirror at the bottom because when you look at it initially, the first thought you have is that there's 4 15s in there.
Yeah.
Right? So that we have that. We also have the hard line for inside the box, the copper rod.
Yep.
That's copper welding rod. And so I don't have copper welding rod sticking out the other end. We actually took a panel mount, RCA, and I made sure that I got the exact thickness. So it's just like plugging an RCA in. So you plug in, so I unthreaded it and then I epoxied it into the wood, and you plug it in from this side. So it's serviceable. You can pull that out.
And it's not, there's no connection issue?
No connection issue at all.
It's like perfect size?
Perfect size.
Wow.
And then on the other side, to go out to the amplifier, I used an actual RCA and used the center pin of the RCA as the positive and the negative. So I'm using.
Can that carry enough current?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never tried anything like that.
Yeah, current is really, for what we're doing in car audio, the current may go high for a second, but it doesn't take very much, capacity to pass that.
Yeah.
And then we're using 15s, ARC 15s. So the ARC 15s are discontinued and have been for at least 10 years.
Really?
Yes, but I've had some from my truck sitting in my shop, so I decided to use those.
Okay.
So this is using things that don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I wanted a 15 versus a 12.
Okay. You just wanted, why not, right?
Right. Why not?
We're doing it. This is an exercise, and why not?
Right. So again, all of this was messed up, and we have a sub box here. So we didn't have a radiator core support, which is what holds the whole front of the bumper system together. Mm-hmm. So we built that. We also did an AccuAir airbag system.
Okay.
They don't make one for this car, so I had to do it from scratch. So I did an internal compressor.
You're talking about for the suspension, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
To get the height that we're looking for, so I wanted it to be low.
Okay.
Especially with the car, now it's all flat on the bottom.
Okay.
So we added that in the front, and that has its own power.
So that's all tucked in here, I'm guessing?
Correct.
Oh yeah, you can see the tank right there.
There's also a fuse block for everything up at the front because we want its own power source.
Okay.
So there's actually a switch in the back that when you want it to drive for safety, you have to flip the switch just like if you were turning a key. And when you do that, it turns on the outside lights, the running lights. It also turns on the
So you have a visual
lights.
Indicator that the car is on.
Correct.
Okay.
And when you're doing that, we also have the sensors up here. So if somebody walks in front of these sensors, it kicks off power to the motors completely.
Really?
Just totally shuts off a huge 200 amp relay.
Wow.
So it cuts all the power off, and then the headlights turn on and the brake lights turn on. So you know that that's what's happening.
How did you do that? I'm guessing these are just like parking sensors. And instead of triggering the system, it triggers a relay that...
At ARC, we had one of the engineers take it apart, and they have lights on these inexpensive parking sensors. They're pretty reliable for inexpensive parking sensors. So we took the last light on the thing, and that kicks a small micro relay that gives a negative output that I sent to. It actually, the circuit takes a relay and the big relay.
Okay.
The one relay kicks on and sends a signal when to turn off the big relay.
Okay.
So
cool.
So that's all in it.
All right. So what do we got in the back? Finally. By the way, this is already longer than your entire last one. And I'm not complaining about that, by the way. I'm just making note. All right, so what do we got back here?
So in the back, we have 4 SE amplifiers. Normally I do 3. With this system, I needed 4 because I had the 15s. I wanted something a little different. So we copper plated the amplifiers. If anybody remembers my old Volt, I had copper on those ones, but I also polished the ends. So they're copper and silver. And the reason why I did that is I was going to put some more silver in other places, so I wanted that to flow through more.
Okay.
So we also have on the amps the shop logo and Volt.
Yeah, I actually noticed that before.
Yep.
That's your shop? What's your shop name?
Liquid Trends, Modesto.
Cool. Liquid Trends in Modesto, California.
So the one of the other things from the very beginning, I wanted a cooling system different than what I had done in all the other cars.
Okay.
So we made this plate that's solid aluminum, 42 pounds of aluminum, and everything is screwed, tapped and threaded into the plate. And then underneath is a water channel with a radiator and a pump on this outside. So there's plexiglass so you can watch the fluid go through, and the fan controller in the amplifiers turns on the pump to
So instead of fans turning on, it's a water pump.
Correct.
Oh my God.
And the only problem that I have now is in showing it, the amplifiers cool so much from the extra 42 pounds of aluminum that I can't get the pump to
You can't even get it to turn on because it doesn't really need.
So we'll have to add a switch to that so we can do that.
So where is all that? Where can I even see it?
Underneath here.
Can I even see, or is it?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Yep.
This doesn't drive, correct?
It does.
It does?
It does.
Remote control.
Oh my. Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Like Jason Bourne. Mission Impossible.
It's got electric motors in it. This electric car.
Electric car. Okay.
So what do we got
It's running everything.
going on down
That's water cooling.
Someone told me there's a guy here with that.
Yep, water cooling. So you can see the glycol in there. This is
that what this is right down
that's
here?
for electric batteries.
Okay.
And so it's non-conductive. It also won't degrade the aluminum. There's 400 screws that hold that piece of plexiglass on. So we went so far as to make the hinges from scratch.
The hinges.
Those hinges probably can handle, a shit ton more of weight than what's there.
Is that an official unit of measurement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a
a
shit ton
metric
more.
shit ton.
And so for all my friends, Dean and Fernando came down for a couple of days. We were doing a training, and they said, "Oh, we'll help you on something." So Dean actually did this section here with these nice, cool mounts. And if you look, they are completely symmetrical. All the wires run down, and then the Cat 5 cables for the amplifier signal run down behind those. And the shape of this is just right to keep the wires all in place.
Wow. So you had 5-star car stereo helping with wiring.
Oh yeah, of course.
Who else is better, right?
Who's gonna do a better job?
Yeah.
And then we're using the new Lucas batteries. So Lucas Lighting, if you remember them. Lucas Automotive also makes batteries. So we have 6 batteries, and we're using a 1x2 bus bar.
They're just down
yeah.
there?
Yeah, so I put a cover on them just so they flow better because they're black battery with green plugs. And then the logo all lights up and you can see all that. And then there's spacers that keep everything else because you see that there's a linear actuator right in between a positive and negative bus bar. I don't want that to touch anything, right? Yeah. So that keeps all the spacing proper, and even if that is unhooked from the amp rack, then it will keep its spacing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Wow. So what? I don't even know what else to ask. There's so much awesome stuff going on.
So there's fuses behind the bus bars. I use the marine square fuses that just mount onto the
ones that
bus
secure
bar.
with like the little nuts.
Yeah.
What are they called? What kind of fuses are they called again?
I'm not sure, but they're the marine ones.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I've used them before.
So there's one mount there. So right on the end of the bus bar, there's a fuse, and then it just goes directly in and then goes out to the fuse box.
Cool. Sorry, everyone. Battery died. Had to swap it really quick. So while I was doing that, Brian put the amp rack back down. Anything else you want to go over back here? I don't even remember what we were talking about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so we have black lights back here that turn on whenever the lighting turns on, and that will help show the glow of the fluid in the cooling.
Is that why it was glowing when?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, because I saw it glowing in like certain areas. It was a little.
Yeah,
I don't know if it came on video.
Color. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. All right. So what do we got here? Should I hop over there?
Yeah, just go on the other side.
All right.
We did the PS8 Pro down here.
Okay.
It
Copper plated it.
Almost seems like it's a secondary thought, but it's down at the bottom. We took that, copper plated it, but we also did the brushed from the amplifiers in the center. Again, this is all the detail stuff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's hard to see on video. It's a little dark back here, but is it all right if I step right here?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right. I don't know if this is like a giant hole that you cut out.
No holes there. And then we did a large fuse distribution block.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why it's so long is because I needed it to line up for straight on the power wires.
Oh, so the power wire is perfectly straight down.
Yeah, so that rolls, as the amp rack comes up, it rolls in and rolls down. Keeps the power wire short as possible, but also gives us a nice straight shot. So that also has a fusing for the computer that runs the system, the inverter, all the things that make the system go.
Cool. Pretty neat.
And then and underneath, what you can't see right now is 3 other fuse blocks with relays. So everything is operated off relay. Nothing is direct power except for the amplifiers.
Okay.
Everything has to have a relay to separate it that's fused and relay isolated. So you have diode isolated so things don't pop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big thing with a system like this. One of the other things that was a design idea was we did not want to use the ground of the car.
Really?
You could touch ground all you want with power. There's no ground that transfers to the power.
So if you just throw power wire anywhere, it's fine?
Would not do anything unless you actually touch the ground bar.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty neat.
One of the reasons for that is noise. Obviously, if you have less ground plane and you have everything going directly to a ground block. So there's one ground block in the back that goes to the battery. So it minimizes the amount of ground plane in the car.
So you're saying if you had a noise issue, it's not a grounding problem.
Yes, you know that it's not a ground issue.
It's not an install issue.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, something's messed up with the equipment here.
So when we're back here, let's look at the seat. The seat is designed ultimately that when you open the door, the seat will motorize over to get into it and then motorize back.
Really?
Yes. Some of this is still a work in progress.
Remember, he finished this actually not even finished it, but got it together enough like a day ago.
Right. So with some help from some friends that might know a bit about things, Mr. Crisciato, Gary Bell, and Jeremy Carlson, we were all kind of sitting there theorizing on how to make this seat move and cover up all the mechanism. I originally wanted to do a seat that moved both directions, but I didn't want to see the mechanism, which definitely makes that hard to do.
Yeah.
We finally came up with this idea that we could make the mechanism slide out and be on a cantilever. So as it gets closer to the door, it's overhanging, but rolling on the CNC rails. So they're actually full-size CNC rails that hold the seat. So it can handle about 750 pounds.
That's like pretty much like extruded aluminum, like bar or something.
Right. Yeah. So, and then the working weight starts at 400, and we can go easily to 500. The seat and the mechanism is another 100 a piece.
Wow.
So, but that's a huge amount of weight to be able to handle, and no movement at all, either bolted through or bending of the brackets.
Wow.
So that's huge.
Wow.
So that's back here. We'll look at the doors in the front.
Yeah. The rear doors are pretty much the same, except
I'm going to have
the
you
shape
walk
is...
around to this side.
Okay.
Okay, so the reason why I'm going to is because I want you to see the control section.
I love how you can just pretty much walk through the car.
Yeah. You're walking. So I was trying to figure out how am I going to operate all this? I had a thing so I could do it on screen, but it wasn't the look wasn't what I was looking for, and so that's kind of put on hold until I can get the graphics exactly right.
Okay.
But I really like this is a Tesla seat, and in my being frugal, I found 4 Tesla seats out of Model X that was in an accident that blew all the airbags.
Okay.
For $400.
4 seats for $400.
4 seats for $400.
And you just being you're like, I'm just going to buy 4 seats because why not?
Yes. So, and then I have a friend, because everything I do has friends attached to it, okay? So my friend comes over, and I said, hey, do you think you could sew these seats back up? He's an upholsterer, badass upholsterer.
Who is that?
He's in Modesto. It's a private guy.
Okay.
He says, no, I don't think I can, but I know I can hand sew them. He hand sewed the
Really?
holes back together where the edge of the seat is. This whole edge here was blown out.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, perfect going back.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know that this was a
Yeah.
messed up seat.
So then we have all these controls on the side of the seat. So if we want to do the seat towards you, we hit the button in the front. Okay? Seat back, we hit the button to go in this way.
It's moving really slow. You're probably not going to see in video. Do it again. Oh my God, this is funny.
Okay?
And then going back.
And then going back. Nice and quiet.
Yeah, you don't even really hear it.
Way quieter than the amp rack. And then the amp rack is the next thing. So
Oh, the amp rack is controlled here.
yes.
Do it again.
Okay. So then I got window roll-offs, right? Everybody puts this ugly window switches on there.
Oh my God.
So both front windows roll down from here.
That is amazing. Oh, and it's from the original seat switch too.
Oh yeah. We interfaced with the CAN bus system for the CAN bus for the seat.
So how did you even do that? Did you just...
We know people. It's always knowing people. And then you want to be able to move the seat still, right?
That's the easy part, right? You still managed to retain the original function of the seat.
Yes.
Congratulations.
So I can fold the seat down. I can move back and forth. All the things that I needed to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
And then the remote control, normally just holding it would be what I would do, but in competition circuits, you need it permanently mounted.
Yeah.
So we got this nice computer iPad mount.
Okay.
And a little flimsier than what I would like because it's so long.
Yeah.
But easily does what I need it to do.
Okay. Yeah.
We use the FiO remote,
Okay.
which is really good. And that is actually the mouse and the other pieces for it.
For this gigantic curved monitor?
Yeah, so that is a 49-inch.
Wait. Time out. You're actually tuning from here. This is a desktop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can do everything from here. Tuning and RTA and everything.
Wait, pull that up. That's amazing. Pull up something. This is so cool.
Yeah. So
you have a full.
I have another one that has a full keyboard.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I use this one just because I'm so we hit that, we can move our mouse.
Wait, is that moving because you're moving the remote?
Yeah. And then if we need to reposition it, we stop, and now we can reposition it this way.
Okay. So is there a sensor somewhere?
It's Bluetooth. It's got an accelerometer, and
that's it.
Yeah.
So
it's really cool.
Simple.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So being a 49-inch screen, we can actually do 2 different things on the monitor.
Yeah.
You can have one HDMI for the left and one HDMI for the right.
Wow.
Or you can size it for the whole screen.
Oh my! So this is your input and output mixer.
Yep.
Wow.
For the DNA settings.
Wow.
So you can do all that while you're sitting here with the onboard computer.
Wow. You're not showing those EQ settings, are you?
No.
That's the secret sauce.
Yeah. So you can also do Tiny Desk. You can do anything that you want.
Oh, so you can actually play music from the web.
Oh yeah.
So there's Wi-Fi in here, or
I do a hotspot.
Use hotspot. Yeah. Wow. That is incredible. I also want to point out like the little details on this door. So what is this, Unisuede?
Yes.
It's not Alcantara, right?
No.
Because I've lasered Alcantara before and it doesn't come out this clean.
Well, that's a laser.
Yeah, well,
part of that's laser.
I've lasered Alcantara and it doesn't come out this clean.
It'll come out that clean on mine.
What?
Yeah.
All right. I just have the wrong settings, I guess.
I have a really expensive laser.
I do. I have an epilogue.
Yeah, I have $150,000.
All right. Well,
Kern industrial laser.
Why don't you pull out your wiener too and show it while you're at it?
Yeah. So this is actually designed so at some point that's going to light up. So I've done that in the past.
This?
Yes.
So these are going to light.
Yes.
Really?
So there'll be a different color, and it'll go around the edge under the suede, and it will glow that whole piece. That's actually made out of plexiglass.
So I was gonna say that's probably made out of acrylic. You light the acrylic and it shows through like the little.
Correct, but if you put dots on it, the dots glow instead of just a plexiglass. Because if you just light the edge of plexiglass up, it dims as you get closer to the inside. Yeah. But if you look at signage for like big signs, they're one piece of plexiglass with an LED on one end, and it glows the whole edge nice and consistently.
Really?
Yeah, so that's something I learned from Jody at 5 Access.
Okay.
So we light that whole thing up, it'll glow. When I was doing this, I was doing something else. I was having a hard time. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get to that, and I didn't have the LEDs that were small enough at the time.
Okay.
So they don't light up, but it's all made to do that, and it's a day's work to do that.
So look at these door handles. This is aluminum?
The door handle is actually one of the badges off of a new KS amplifier.
Okay.
So it's normally all silver, but I painted it and then used sandpaper to get the silver on it.
Yeah.
And so now we have color. We also have the badge up here, and that badge looks normal, but that badge is actually the door pop. So I used the foam sound dampening and cut out for the switch, and that gives just enough push to operate the switch.
That's pretty funny.
So there's one on each door in the front. The back doors, we've kind of eliminated a lot of things on them because nobody's going to be back there.
Yeah, it's not
so I don't want to accidentally have something happen. So the doors are made 100% out of plastic. We did stack fab on those. I got some shape, and I was really dreading doing the doors. Took a little.
Is that why you did them last?
That's why I did them last. Yeah, I was trying to get somebody else to come in and do them, and everybody ends up.
You were going to try to outsource.
Busy. I was going to outsource.
Out of all the things you did in here, you were going to outsource the door panels. Come on, dude.
And they turned out good. They did turn out exactly how I originally envisioned them. I drew them up years ago, which was that the front and the back doors both go together and make a shape.
Yeah.
So that was good. Originally, I wanted to do a door handle that was a little different, but this worked out better.
So did you CNC this yourself?
No, that's actually
the whole thing is the badge.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought just the middle.
Hole through it. No, then we drilled a hole through it and then added the
So what is
spacers.
that? Aluminum?
Aluminum. Yeah.
Okay. So it's strong enough to.
Oh yeah.
Be a door handle.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I was like looking at it. I was like, I don't know if that's like plastic. I don't want to pull on it.
Yeah. No, it's plenty strong enough to pull on.
Very neat.
Yeah, so then about that time we needed to get the car wrapped, so we went to my buddies down in Fresno at Tint Wrap and Audio Guys, and they did the wrap. That's also sponsored by Avery Dennison, so that was cool. That's a stainless steel wrap.
Very
Looks
neat.
pretty nice.
Yeah.
Some more of the details. They don't make chrome door handles for this car, so those are actually off a Chevy Cruze, and they're not 100% just plug and play kind of fit. I had to do some work to make them work, but they work pretty good.
But you got it to work.
Got it to work. Up in the front.
So how about we do this? Let me hop in.
Okay.
So we can, or do you have something else to show while I'm out here?
No, inside's fine.
Okay.
Let me go out the side here.
All right. Oh my God, it's like a small living room in here. So also, if you close the door, it's one continuous flow. Look at that. Let's see. Yeah, it just opens right up. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this open just for some light.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's a little dark in here. Just this front one is fine, honestly.
Well, I was going to keep the other one open too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have some crazy stuff going on here.
Okay, so back to this 49-inch curved gaming monitor.
Yeah.
So that was a brainstorming idea we had with some of my friends in Modesto at one of my shows. Some of the team guys came over for something, and they were like, "Hey, that curve looks almost like the gaming monitor that I have at my house." So I left them there and went to Best Buy and bought an open box gaming monitor.
Just on a whim.
On a whim. And then did a mount off that shaft that were made that's super solid going across the inside of the car. So that's permanently mounted, not the TV. The TV is still on the VESA mount, but it's solid.
I think that was the first post I saw.
Probably that was one
the
of the
picture
earlier,
of just the monitor just sitting here
with no floor. Or nothing else.
No floor. It was like, what is this guy doing now? Like,
so we wrapped the headliner, all the little stuff that goes along with that. It's not perfect, but it's there.
Yeah.
And then one of my design goals was I wanted no fiberglass, really.
No fiberglass.
So I wanted everything metal.
I actually do remember that also.
Yeah, so this is solid metal.
What kind of metal? Steel?
20 gauge steel.
Okay.
Yeah, so all of that. I mean, there's a little Bondo for fill for the paint.
Yeah.
But that's metal all the way through. We cut out the whole entire A pillar and did 20 or quarter-inch steel plate.
Okay.
So this is plate, and then this is attached to that.
Oh, so this wasn't originally there, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't flat like that.
No. I had holes and grooves and all kinds of stuff.
I was looking at it, I was like, wow, he really lucked out here.
Yeah,
But
no. It's all been body worked and everything else. Now, eventually there's going to be more of the kick panel that goes up and comes out here, but that was one of those things that just didn't get done completely. We originally cut it out and made sure that an 8 would fit there, as well as a 6.5. No, ARC doesn't make an 8 that works for that, but we may in the future. Could be in the
proofing or something in the works, maybe?
Future proofing, because I don't want to have to go back and try to make an 8 fit in there later. So that's everything is no inserts. Everything is actually drilled, tapped, and threaded.
Okay.
So all the screws go into that. There's a consistent screws. It's all Allen head screws.
Wow.
Some different sizes. So this ring here comes with the tweeter.
Okay.
These do not exist.
I think
I did those in the Cadillac too.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
So, but we painted those black. These ones we did chrome, and that matches that design
that was
thing
just
on,
more
the,
of the,
on the amplifiers. Again, just following through on that. So we did the 6.5 in the kick panel. This opens up. Nothing in this car is vented to the outside.
Really?
Everything is completely enclosed. So we went back through on the...
Except for the entire subwoofer enclosure itself.
The enclosure itself, yes.
That is outside of the car.
And then we did foam on the pillars up at the top and down at the bottom to enclose them so they don't go all the way through.
Expanded foam.
Yeah, because it was actually really loud until we did that, because it would go through the whole thing and make these
resonate.
It would actually make them into speakers.
Yeah.
They would vibrate enough that it was so loud outside that you thought that everything, and I was like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah, and you're like, I just did the craziest kicks ever. Why is it?
Yeah. And the 1/4-inch steel, there should not make any noise.
Yeah.
So that turned out well. And we took some 6.5-inch grills to make the inserts for the other grills, so they match completely all the holes, and they have an Arc Audio logo on both of them.
Who's Arc Audio?
Arc Audio is the greatest maker of DSPs and amplifiers in the world.
There you go. What about speakers? You're using Arc Audio speakers?
Well, yeah, that just goes without saying.
Okay, figured.
They make the rest of the stuff.
For those that don't know, Brian obviously works for Arc Audio. I don't know if you can tell by his shirt, the badges, the speakers, the amplifiers, the logo, the computer.
So that is got the speakers up high, because a lot of people were saying that they didn't think that the speaker position was going to work.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and the tweeters are eye level.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it wasn't that. They thought that it was one, that it didn't need to be that high, and being next to the window would give it too much reflections.
So what was they wanted it? They were suggesting deeper.
Deeper. Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree?
Totally disagree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And
so
why? So let's get into that.
There's good reflections, there's bad reflections. So one of the things that these pillars do is the pillar here has been cut out and reshaped. Robert did a really awesome job of reshaping this pillar.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's controlling the reflection going this way. The sound hits it, and sound is not a... You can actually measure it. It's almost like smoke, how it resonates off a speaker. Yeah, there's fluid dynamics.
Yeah.
So anything that makes it move, whether it be the screen here or this here, is going to change the direction of the sound.
Yes.
So once it gets farther out,
especially high frequencies.
right?
Yeah.
That's going to change the energy every time it bounces off of something. It doesn't load. It usually loses energy.
Yeah.
But we want to maximize the energy out here so you get a really wide stage width.
Okay.
And when you do a demo after we're done here, that is going to be something that I believe you're going to go, holy crap.
Yeah.
It's a foot outside of the car.
The staging cues or the imaging?
The whole thing. The whole stage
so it images outside the car?
Outside of the car.
Really?
Yes.
So I've never really heard a car image outside of the car.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I will have to believe you until I hear it for myself.
Yes, yeah, and you'll hear it for yourself.
Maybe
and
I'll update.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll update. You know what? I will update. I'll give a little thing after I listen.
And then the centerpiece here actually.
Yeah. What is that right here?
So that's a V. That's a box that encloses the power supply for the TV, the inverter for the TV.
Oh, okay.
But it also does some other things. So it's a V instead of a box, and it goes all the way back to the sub box. Subs are stereo.
You have them stereo.
Yes. So when you go hard left and hard right, it's coming out this way. This whole shape here is all molded to be a horn for the sub.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So you actually get left and right separation out of your subwoofers.
Whenever there is left and right separation.
Which is rare, but I mean, how often do we actually listen to the music we demo here? Pretty much never, so it's like why not just take it further?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Whether there's a small, minute amount or there's a large amount.
Yeah.
When you get down, obviously, bass is non-directional, so when you get below 20 hertz, you're not hearing it, you're feeling it.
Yeah.
That's when you're going to feel it in your seat and in your back of your seat.
You're going to feel it left side, right side.
Hear it behind you, but you'll feel it behind you because your seat is on your back.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't understand that. They think, oh, that's the bass, I'm hearing it. No, you're feeling it. And if you don't feel it in the where your body is touching it, then it's probably not working correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. If you hear it back there and it's the boinking back there, then that's something else.
That's a problem.
So that does that. That does double duty. It's actually got screws so you can access, again, all of the parts.
Let me actually get a light on it because it's a little hard to see in the video what you're talking about. But, yeah.
And then there's a grill. That is 0.9 because to be legal to protect the speaker, it has to be less than 1 inch. So if you use a 1-inch dowel, you cannot get it through, but the opening is as big as it can be and maximizes the amount of sound that can come through a grill.
Okay.
Okay, so that's behind it. So for serviceability, I don't want just any panel just thrown in there. So there's 4 75-pound magnets attached to each one that attach to the edges.
4 75-pound magnets?
Yes, they are not. They're
Are you
not
strong enough to
resonating.
even pull them off?
Yes, you have to slide them sideways. But again, those are plastic. They're
Okay.
not wood. If they were in wood, you'd break them.
Yeah.
But since they're into plastic, you know,
It just slides right out.
It slides off. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but they don't resonate. They don't make any noise, which is what you would worry about on a
Magnet
good,
grill or something like
magnet
that.
grill. So there's that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So I remember in the Cadillac,
Yes.
we were talking about how the positioning and angling of your mid-range and tweeter, it was a bit unconventional from the looks of it.
Correct.
But you had a very, very specific thought process behind it
Yes.
that actually made perfect sense.
Yes.
For those of you that haven't seen Brian's, Cadillac, I have it in last year's playlist that you can see and know exactly what we're talking about. Was there anything similar going into this, or was this more of a, hey, we're just sticking them as far right and as far left as
Aiming
possible?
is very important. So, so your seat position.
Sure, I heard off-axis is better. Anyways.
All axes are good.
All
if you
axes.
use it right.
Okay.
So there are some things in stereo imaging, okay, that are important.
Yep.
The basic of stereo imaging, the patent for it says that the width between this speaker and this speaker, triangulated with the listening position,
Oh, you son of a bitch.
is
you
where
made it
you're
perfect.
looking. Is 61 inches. From here to here, from there to there, there to there.
You did it perfectly.
Yes.
Wow. Most
So-
people would have just stuck the seat back as
Correct.
far as humanly possible.
Correct. That does not work right.
Oh,
That's why you get
okay.
imaging outside of the car.
That is interesting.
So, well, we want to keep everything as even as possible. There is a little bit of height difference on one side. You'll never perceive it, but there is a little bit of height difference. Just the
trying to
car
even
itself.
look.
This one is a little lower than that one.
I can hardly even tell.
Top of the TV. If you look
Yeah,
at the
that's
top
what
of
I'm
the TV.
referencing, and I can hardly even tell.
That is just a mechanical issue. There's a beam in there on the inside of this pillar that isn't there, so I could only go up so high. Again,
You could
that's
always tilt the TV and make.
oh no, nobody's ever going to notice that until they
Yeah.
see the video, and then they're going to get in there and go, oh yeah, that
So
one's...
we're gonna edit this out.
Yeah, but I like to make sure that everybody understands that little bit of a difference isn't going to make a real big difference. So it's more of the direct energy and the spacing between it. The actual measurements. The fluid dynamics portion.
So
of it.
was the placement of the angle back like this any which way, or was it more so get them on the same plane and get them as wide as possible?
Same plane, and then because they are a component set, the tweeters run out of phase because most tweeters are designed to be more than 18 inches away from the speaker.
Oh.
So when you get a coaxial speaker, because the tweeter is in the center of it, it is always wired out of phase.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Or on a
even
good
notice it?
coaxial speaker.
Oh, yeah, exactly, on a good
Okay.
coaxial speaker. For me, what was more important is that I wanted all the speakers to be within 18 inches of each other. So I moved that mid bass all the way up here, even though I had a little bit more room here, because I wanted it as close as possible to get a similar source, spacing.
Similar reflection, similar everything.
Now there is some issues. Just for full disclosure, the mid bass, in my opinion, is a little weak for snap because we're off access completely on this speaker versus completely on access for this speaker.
Okay.
So this is something that we're still working on a little bit. There won't be anybody who's going to go.
So when is Arc Audio going to do an 8?
Who knows? Maybe that 8 will fix all those problems.
Maybe. So you better start talking. Get in the boardroom and be like, guys, we really need an 8.
You gotta do
Our customers would probably really like an 8, and meanwhile you're just speaking for yourself.
Yeah. So those are just some physics, basic physics, and so So that all works as a package together.
Okay.
So yeah, and anything that is lacking, when I say lacking, I'm talking about that is not to 200 degrees.
Yeah. So let me actually ask you another question.
Yes.
Most people would look at this and be like, oh my God, he optimized it so much that like it's probably so easy to tune. I'm not going to ask you if it's easy to tune. What I want to ask you is, were there any unexpected challenges or problems that came up once you got everything fired up?
Tons.
Like what was one of them that you really didn't expect?
Mid-bass was a huge change. How the mid-range is actually interacting, because most car speakers are not really designed for this application.
Yeah.
They're more designed for off-axis mounting.
Yeah.
And
a rising frequency response to combat beaming, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if and I knew that going into it, that it wasn't going to be as easy as everybody was. It's going to be perfect. I can just turn it on. It was not perfect.
I think you know what you're doing though when it comes to tuning.
I
you know a little bit.
I know a little bit.
You've done it.
Done it once or twice. Yeah. I think I did that one thing.
That one thing.
One time. But again, the more you think things out and really put them down on paper, I mean, I agonized over little details a lot, because the more the little details happen, the better things get.
Yes.
And if you take everything into consideration, and I mean, I had naysayers and friends who were naysayers.
Or just giving you shit.
Just giving me shit, yeah. I say that. They were just giving me shit.
Because everyone knows, well, also everyone knows, hey, give Brian a little bit of shit and he'll actually do it.
So for me, it was everything was thought out, and then there was things that would have been much easier to do, but they didn't fit into that plan.
Okay.
And so we just continually went ahead, and it was no compromise on anything that we were doing.
So let me ask you another question. If you had to do it all over again, is there anything you would do differently?
I probably would go with smaller speakers so I could fit them under the hood easier. 12s. Yeah, I'd probably do 12s, because I could get probably the same frequency response or significantly close with a good 12.
Why? What's the problem with the 15s?
Just physical size.
Okay. It was just a pain in the ass.
It just, in order to get them where I wanted them to be, I didn't have enough fudge room for them.
So it had to be perfect.
And if I blow one, that's it. I don't have any more of them.
Oh.
So,
But let's be real, you have the file, you can make a new box, it's not going to be fun.
Yeah. Well, I probably wouldn't even do that. I'd probably just make an insert piece.
Okay.
And put a 15-inch insert and adapt it. Now, there's lights inside the box.
Or just go back to and say, hey guys, we need to make some 15s.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy. Yeah, they'd say, sure, yeah, let's make 500 of them.
Yeah.
That's a minimum quantity.
Brian's like, oh, yeah, I'll take 500 of them.
Yeah, I'll take 500 of those.
Oh, all right. Is there anything else in here that you want to talk about or show us?
No. I think there's probably
we can talk about this for probably hours.
Yeah, 20 more. But like I told you, there was a lot of things here. The floor, the outside.
Oh yeah.
So this nice side skirt looks factory. It's not. We lowered that 4 inches and made it.
I remember that.
And put it all together. So it looks like it's factory, but it's not. The floor, you can see how much farther. I mean, it's significantly down, and that's after.
So this is actually where the floor was, and then it dropped this way?
No, the floor was here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we rebuilt all of that.
That's insane.
Yeah, and this car did not cut easy.
No?
No, this car was a pain in the ass to cut.
Why?
It's all space steel.
Oh, because it was an EV, or?
Yeah, so it didn't crush with the battery. Oh my God, it was hard to cut.
Oh, so what'd you use to cut it?
Everything. Everything.
You didn't use a plasma
cutter, a torch. There was things that we just didn't cut. We just, just looked at and hammered them and delivered.
So wait, a plasma cutter even had problems?
Oh yeah. It just did not cut it very easy.
Wow, that is pretty intense.
Yep.
All right. I guess that's it. I mean, there's so many things in here to talk about, but again, like I said, it was like in Brian's car, it's so crazy for the point of like stripping it down to like bare nothing that it's like there's almost nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
I guess you just got it fired up. have you been tuning it for a while because the audio system is functional, or did you like just get it tuned and go?
No, so we tuned it once. Went to Scott Welch's show just to take it off, take it over there and kind of debut it. This is really the debut of it.
And was that like your first time really firing it up and seeing what it could do?
The day before, yeah.
So you didn't even know what it could do before that?
No. And I still didn't even after that because I needed to spend some real time on it.
So it, in theory, could have been a horrific failure, and you would have known only the day before a show?
Yes, and I wouldn't have gone.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I would have gone.
Oh,
I had this plan because nothing is done until it's done.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, we'll just stop.
Wow.
We'll just not do anything because that's the way it goes.
Brian, you are a different breed.
Yeah. Something. I'm something, that's for sure.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add?
No. I think we've hit just about all
Pretty
of it.
much covered most of it. We're never going to cover all of it, but we're going to cover most of it. Brian, thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for doing an hour and a change worth of walkthrough.
Told you it was going to be longer.
And I'm looking forward to this demo. As soon as I'm listening, I'll add some thoughts to this and maybe give some, detailed,
and it won't be
this is what I'm
perfect.
hearing.
Yeah, it won't be perfect.
Nothing's ever perfect.
Nothing's ever
Except for
perfect.
you.
Yeah, well,
Except for you.
No, the Frenchies are perfect.
Yeah, Chewie and Princess Leia, they're perfect.
Princess Amidala. Different princess.
Oh wait, you named not Princess Leia?
No, Amidala. Princess Leia was my cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she gets totally offended at Princess. She's like, that's not my name.
Okay.
That's what she says when I'm alone and I'm drinking.
Yeah. But all right, Brian, I'll let you get out of here, and I'll start this demo, and I'll leave some encouraging shit talking on here for you. Motivate you. Thanks. All right. Well, that was definitely an experience. It's pretty crazy. I will say it is definitely different than listening to a car. It's almost like not even the same thing. It's kind of like listening to a 2-channel system in a home in a very small room, but with the energy and impact of a car audio system. One thing that was really cool that I tried to film while it was playing were the lights around the doors actually like they have patterns that kind of flash in different colors and different areas as like little specks to the music. But it seems like the GoPro that I'm filming on, or like the microphone transceiver or receiver, emits some sort of radio frequency that kind of interferes with it. And as soon as I turn the camera on, it doesn't do it anymore. So I tried to capture that. But yeah, anyways, this was absolutely awesome experience. If you have the opportunity to listen to this, definitely get in.